The bag will get a little bit looser.
You trying to figure out the sex or what?
Figure out
This isn't a sheath bag.
Aaron, tell us about how you ended up in a Del Taco in Salt Lake City, wearing a hat that you're.
Because the other hamburger place is closed. But he eats on Sundays in Utah.
Some of y'all are going to know Aaron from the Highland Games, and that's kind of the context you'll have. He's a very, very good amateur, throws in the A's. Just won in Salt Lake City this weekend, but I've known Aaron for 20 years, so how'd you end up stuck here with me?
With you.
Yeah.
Because many years ago, you made us do powerlifting. We were really shitty at that.
Yeah, we were not good at it.
So we had to find something that was a little more niche.
Uh-huh.
And you stumbled into the Highland Games.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you didn't suck right out of the gate.
Yep.
And I think a couple years ago, 3-4 years ago, we threw in Greenville. And I kind of showed up with my attitude that, oh, I've never thrown or done anything like this before, but I do ab work, so I should win.
I've done a curl.
And got worked all over the field. It's kind of eye-opening.
Yeah.
That, doing pretty boy workouts doesn't really translate to throwing stuff far, athletics.
Yeah. I mean, you've been an athlete before, though. I mean, you weren't just bodybuilding to look pretty.
No, I was.
Just looking pretty. What is your athletic background? Tell the people what they want to know. And what is your athletic background?
Not much.
There you go. Welcome to the Highland Games, buddy. You're welcome here.
Short stint in middle school and high school football in Texas. That's the end of my resume.
There you go. Read it off. And then we mentioned a failed powerlifting career.
Mm-hmm. We did one meet in Kentucky.
Yeah. We're tired.
Mm-hmm. We're almost drugged by a predator. The Buffalo Wild Wings.
What was that dude's name? It was so
Rad.
And it was so friendly. It said like John or Jack or something like that. Like, yeah, hey, you guys seem pretty cool. You want to come back to my car? I got some pills and stuff. Then we can
Smell
party.
this rag.
And he kept telling the bartender, like, yeah, I'm going back to these guys' hotel. And our eyes just kept getting bigger and bigger. Like, yeah, man.
It's finally gonna happen.
Where do you live? Where do you compete now?
I live in Greenville, South Carolina, and what's one of the cool things about that region, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, you can go any weekend throughout the throwing season, April through October. You can find the games within about 3 hours, 4 hours driving, almost every weekend throughout the summer.
I hate you guys for that, by the way.
Yeah. So it's nice. So throw pretty much in the southeast, but it's nice to get out and travel and see new states like Utah and Texas. And
You've been in the game like 3 years now?
this is my fourth
This
season.
is your fourth season? Okay. You're old.
Season 4.
Yeah.
Got in it at the young age of 30.
Spry, young and ready. Yeah. So what are the goals, man? What do you want to, what's the goal now that you've got a rhythm in the sport, now that you're getting some wins? What's the goal? Where do you want to be?
Stay healthy, have fun.
Nice. A fantastic one.
Really no more larger take over the world goals than that.
Yeah. If you're going to take over the world and get famous, you probably picked the wrong thing.
I got 7 more followers. And then, again, I think just stay healthy, have fun. It keeps me active.
Yeah.
There's dreams of, maybe hopping into the pro class at some point, getting good enough to compete with some of the good pros we have out in the southeast region.
Yeah.
Again, there's so many games out there that it really there's opportunities to do it. So
Yeah.
I'll hopefully stay injury free and keep going on a good path, keep learning from those that are a lot better at it than I am, picking up some tips and cues and throwing in the pros.
Nice. How long do you able to cut the lightweight? Come throw with me.
How quickly can you saw my leg off?
Well, based on what we've seen this week, we met a discus thrower, a Paralympian with one
Might help us, yeah.
one fully working leg, and he could throw anything that we picked up further than both of us. So, yeah, let's do it, man. Let's just take a leg off.
It's ridiculous.
Cut that leg off, get you down to 230. Newer throwers, guys that are just getting into it in this. What do you got to tell them? What's the number one thing that you see guys benefit from when they pay attention to when they're a newer thrower? Or what are and second part of that question, what are the big pitfalls? What's the thing that you think somebody should focus on? What's the thing they shouldn't focus on?
Well, I really think when you get into it, you kind of have to put in the time. You have to get the reps. But the quicker you can get to a point where you're getting quality reps, as opposed to just quantity, it's easier on your body, especially for an older athlete such as myself. The more I can get out there and hit certain marks in practice and get certain feels on throws, the better. So I think really, again, there's no avoiding having to get reps. You got to get reps in, but get to that point, ask people that are better than you, tips, coaching, and that's one of the cool things about the games is, everyone's willing to give you help.
Yeah.
You can ask just about anybody for direction or coaching, and they're happy to give it. Sometimes even if you don't ask, they're happy to give it.
Yeah. You post something on Facebook, it's automatically a request for coaching, from what I've seen.
You get a lot of replies that way. Yeah.
Certainly can. So then the other side, what's the biggest pitfall? What do new guys do, or what new guys and girls do that is a mistake that you see the most often?
I think it's grabbing for lots of different things. So, having to do 9 or 7 different kind of disciplines. For stone, for instance, as an early thrower, I kept switching between doing an MSA or doing a glide or doing standing, doing a full spin and this and that. I think whichever direction you're going to go, it helps to kind of stick with it for a certain amount of time.
Yep.
You definitely don't want to be hopping back and forth, even in practices or in games.
Yeah.
Find something that's working that you can polish and improve. Kind of stick with it for a little bit. Don't always chase the newest and greatest technique that you see out there, because things are tried and true for a reason.
When we talked about that with watching Spencer throw, the way he's turning out of the back, but he's turning his feet, and he's purposely driving from one corner to the other. That's why he's setting his feet that way. We're already starting to see new throwers do that with no understanding of the years, the decades that have gone into his reasoning for that he's thrown tens of thousands of reps, and everything else between the start and the finish is high level. It's elite already. That sticks out of the back doesn't apply to you when you don't drive like him. It doesn't apply. If
your level of hangover isn't Spencer quality, you can't perform that technique.
It's true. We talk about this all the time in terms of, you talk about getting the reps and stuff like that. You're one of the types of people, we call you kind of a rhythm thrower, and you're a repetition thrower. You tend to, if you start stacking up reps and really grease the groove a lot before a competition, you tend to get there. If I get too many reps in right before, I'm a mess. Also, I'm fundamentally a stupid person.
Oh, I'm just really, really dumb.
Yeah. Case in point, I can't eat a taco without choking to death. All right, so Aaron George, what's next? What's next this season? You finished up at Utah, walked away with a victory, and a giant sword.
It's huge.
Huge?
It's huge.
Huge?
It's huge.
Yeah, so what's next? You took a victory at Utah this weekend, so what's next? What you got coming up?
Some recovery, for sure. Is definitely on the docket. Get back. I'm going to take some time off. I'm probably going to take a full week off from actually throwing. Let things heal. I think like we talked about, I'm probably going to get into a strength block. See if I can get a little bit of strength back in my legs. Next games is, I think it's Grandfather Mountain coming up late this month of July.
Nice.
Gorgeous games, but I'm not too concerned about how I do there. Just want to get out and get some competition reps, if nothing else.
Yeah.
And then focus what's going to come down with potentially some amateur games out in Minnesota.
Yeah.
We have a lot of stuff coming up in Virginia, and then birthday month September we have Charleston. So I really want to succeed in that one.
Charleston won one of the games that's done in one of the Carolinas many storied slave quarters.
Legitimately, yeah. That is where it is. The trees that
people were whipped on, yeah. Oh, that's called the whipping.
Yeah.
That's called the whipping tree over there. Oh, why is it called that? Well,
people are whipped on it.
Oh, like wearing a kilt and throwing rocks with bagpipes playing, celebrating a richly white culture.
Aside from the worst thing we ever did in human history,
right?
It really is Boone Hall Plantation is pretty awesome field. It's a gorgeous field.
Yeah, I mean, once all the blood washed away and was off everybody's hands, it's
It's
a
good
lovely
for the
place.
landscape.
It's a lovely place.